It's really my pleasure to start the meeting today to walk you through ChemAxon portfolio and tell you a little bit about the product Andras just mentioned and solution we provide. But I thought before I do that, I will show you some pictures and tell you a little bit who we really are. So although our headquarters is in Hungary and most of the people at ChemAxon are Hungarians, it's a good mixture of other nationalities and people which actually are working at ChemAxon. And I thought I will quiz you a little bit today and ask if you can match the people and the flags, but it's too early in the morning to do that, so I'll give you some slack. All I know right now is that everyone knows whose flag this is and who is the president of this country. So agree? Great. So where are we located? So when you talk with us, we are located in these three places. Of course, Budapest, it's one of them. It's the headquarters. So the office, it's there. And then we have the second location in Prague, in Czech Republic, where our IJC and Plexus Connect team is, and in Cambridge, Mass, in US, where the application scientists, consultants, and salespeople are. We have 30 products, which I'll really quickly try to go through them today, so it'll be a long talk. And also, I think probably the most important thing you need to know about us is that on average, we're drinking 264 coffees a day among all these three sites. So how we really work, let's just have a glimpse on some of the offices here. So you see that people are gathered together, are working, and although the picture here is misleading that 4 people are assigned to one computer, it's not the case. We actually have computers for everyone, and all developers actually do their own things. But what I'm trying to emphasize is that we really discuss. We have a lot of ideas. As you can see on the board in the back, there are so many notes there, and there are so many that we didn't have enough space to put on the board. They're on the wall as well. And not just on the wall, but also we start writing on our windows. And just to prove that it's chemistry, that's the zoom out of what's written there. How we do meetings, this is one of our coolest meeting room in Budapest, where people gather together to discuss ideas and so forth. But let's zoom out a little bit and see how other people gather together for other type of meetings while people are discussing ideas in the real meeting rooms. This is also how we listen to you, how we listen for the feedback and how we improve our tools. This is just to prove how we are getting together with you guys and discuss ideas like we did yesterday in the roundtable discussions. And last but not least, this is how we're having fun. So actually, ChemAxon has a band which performs most of the time at the European Union meetings, unfortunately. OK, so let's actually look at the product and the portfolio and see what's there for you. So as Andras mentioned, we are on the market since 1998. We are chemoinformatic leaders and solution providers, mostly for pharmaceutical and biotechnology industry, for small molecules and biological entities. But other chemistry fields are actually using our products as well. And we are actually supported of academia. So we actually are known as innovators. We develop toolkits. We used to develop toolkits with great chemistry behind. But now we're putting interfaces to all these tools to make them readily available to end users as well. We're definitely committed to quality. We do a lot of tests and improve and evolve our codes and tools based on internal feedback and external feedback as well. And although we are agile and we have weekly releases, we're still committed to quality, and we still deliver reliable codes. So let's look at the ChemAxon portfolio really quick, and really it's brief introduction of the tools, and I want to put it in the context of, let's say, fate of a compound. So when you actually, work on small molecules or, big molecules, the workflow is to create, to store, to analyze, and to publish data, which really translates to sketching, converting, importing data from existing files, and then registering, indexing, query, analysis, and reporting. So in terms of that, let's just start with the creation part. And ChemAxon actually has a variety of tools to create data, from sketching to extracting from existing documents. So Marvin Sketch, it's one of the oldest product. It's a mature product for creating chemical content. Marvin Sketch is actually the desktop application where you can easily draw structure, reactions, build query features for complicated searches of your data in the database. And the newest addition, which is Marvin.js, is the thin client web-based application, which allows you to, again, sketch structure, reactions, build queries in any web browser. So Marvin Sketch is really a mature product. It's really great for tutoring, designing, searching, visualization. What we're working on right now is just to improve the quality drawing. So the publication quality drawings is actually on the table right now for Marvin Sketch. Marvin.js, it's actually really widely used now in chemistry education. You see some of the publishers which are using Marvin.js embedded in their tools for education are listed here. You'll actually hear from React's presentation how they use Marvin.js as their main editor in the new React's later on today. And also becomes an industry standard as well. So this is just a few the companies and collaborators which embedded Marvin.js as their main editor for the tools. And of course, you'll hear a little bit more about that from the product owner of Marvin, which is Effie Hoffman. She's here in the audience. So later on, she will tell you more about it. We also have drawing and viewing capabilities, not just for small molecules, but also for big molecules. Now you can draw and view them from fully characterized to fully unknown to exact chemical descriptor to heterogeneous products and biological sequences to exotic bioconjugates in any web browser. And you'll hear more about that from Merck later on, how they actually use BioEdi in their environment. Of course, we need to mention after creating or designing compounds, the property calculators. They are really high quality calculators. These are just a few of the citations and mentioning in papers from people in industry using it. And this is a list of the property calculators we provide by physical-chemical property grouped here, molecular modeling, and structural property plugins. Next, creation of the data can start from reaction-based enumeration. So you can build virtual products based on reactants and reaction schemes. And I like to mention that Reactor engine itself, it's embedded in several of our products for easy access and store the data after enumeration. One of them is Instant JChem, as you can see here, or directly in JChem for Excel, where both combinatorial and sequential enumeration can be done in a spreadsheet or even in a web-based interface in Plexus design, where both reaction-based enumeration and scaffold-based enumeration are supported. Next, it's naming, and naming it's very important because you can use this technology to extract chemical information from existing documents. And I would like to point out that not just simple IUPAC naming is supported to convert name to structure, and we can do the other way around, structure to name, but also cast numbers and generic structures and so forth. And that it's actually spread out to different type of documents you can use to extract chemical information, and not just for single compounds, but from a repository of documents as well. Also, using optical structure recognition software, a document can be annotated, and images can be converted into structures as well. For more complex data extraction from patents, for example, we have tools like ChemCurator, where you can semi-automatically extract a list of compounds from patents, but also you can build Marcus structure and look at the exemplified structure listed in patents as well. Also, Marcus editor itself can handle complex Marcus structures, can visualize and draw them and do enumeration through its automatic Marcus generation composer to really do a real-time interactive analysis against list of compounds to see the hits or non-hits. And last but not least, in the naming, it's ChemLocator, which actually allows you to search chemical data in unstructured data locations like Google Drive or even your own Drive, SharePoint, Office for 365, Dropbox, and so forth. And you'll hear more about that from Shayo later on today, which is the product owner of ChemLocator. Going next, so after data is generated, the next process will be to register, to index it, to store it somewhere so you can further search it and analyze it. And ChemAxon has a variety of tools to do that. And I would like to start with Marvin Live. I think this is one of the coolest product we have for idea management and molecule design. So consider it as like a virtual meeting for scientists where people can actually brainstorm idea together or alone if they want, and later on share it with people. And through the plugins we have integrated from ChemAxon and other third-party application, Marvin Live really gives you a harmonized platform or environment for design capabilities, to calculate properties, to do 3D alignments, to search existing databases like reaction molecules and so forth, to create, collect, and challenge ideas in projects. And Andras will be more than happy to show you today and have the hands-on on that at the demonstrations next door. Of course, before you register a compound, we would like to see what's going on with it, especially if you work with CROs and you need to ship it or you need to somehow handle it, because we all know that there are a lot of regulation out there and we have to be aware if the substances we're working with are controlled or not. So that's actually what Compliance Checker it's doing. It's basically a combined software and system content package which allows you to see if a substance is controlled or not based on relevant laws and countries. And probably what you need to really know is what type of coverages we support. So these are the the countries which are the legislation are covered, and this is just a glimpse of the accuracy of the legislation. And this is actually approved by Pistoia Alliance. This is how we developed the tool through Pistoia Alliance project. And you'll hear more about that from Ákos Pap, which is the compliance checker of the product owner of Compliance Checker. Instant JChem, our Swiss knife, we like to call it because it's the desktop application for your database management to create, explore, and share data. It's actually the back end of our web-based application, Plexus Suite. Here you can do all the administrative tasks to create, explore, and share the chemical and non-chemical data. There are a lot of key features. There are just a few of them listed here. Really encourage you to talk with Carla about that later on during the breaks to see all the capabilities. But just a few of them listed here. You can customize views and display data the way you want it. You can do list management. You can query advanced query builders and also calculate properties, pivot data, and so forth. In terms of registering compounds, we have a very robust compound registration, web-based. It's one of the best on the market right now because even our competitors are asked by our clients to integrate it with it. It really handles well registers of compounds from parents to batches for multi-component structure, microstructure, and so forth, and really handles well all the stereochemistry and tautomers. You'll hear more about that from Zsolt Munkási, which is the product owner of compound registration. Next, it's Biomolecule Toolkit. So we're switching a little bit on the big molecules. So we do have now capabilities to handle not just small molecules, but big molecules as well. So imagine that Biomolecule Toolkit will allow your database to understand all these big representations, native Helm support, and also conversion from MolFast and Helm to search biomolecule entities in databases. It is integrated with Instant JChem. It's planned to be integrated with Plexus, and also our partners are working to integrate it. So you'll hear later on from IDBS how they integrate Biomolecule Toolkit in their e-workbook. So this is just a glimpse of Instant JChem, how the tables and the data stored in Instant JChem using Biomolecule Toolkit looks like to store, index, and search all these peptide, oligonucleotides, proteins, antibody-drug conjugates, and so forth. Moving on storing, searching, displaying, I can't really go on analysis mode without mentioning JChem Base, which is the engine which pumps all of our tools. Basically, it's the fast, invisible chemical backend you're using in of our tools. And we like to call it actually the heart of ChemAxon. And of course, our cartridges, both for Oracle and Postgres, which allows, and makes databases chemically intelligent and provides fast chemical searches. And of course, Plexus Suite, which is the web-based thin client interface, which allows you to connect to your database through any web browser and give access to the end user to their data instantly to basically display, query data, and report it. Plexus analysis, it's another module of Plexus Suite. Allows you to build correlations for large data sets, as you can see here, and also look at the data, build curve fittings and linear regression analysis. And of course, if you have large data sets you want to search in seconds, you can use MathFast tools for large data sets to do fast searches, to do overlap analysis in cluster. And you'll hear more about that from Gabor Imre, the PO of Math Search Similarity. Moving on, the reporting. A lot of spend a little time on JChem for Office. Apparently, there is still a wide used tool among the scientists. Our plugins cover all the Office's tools from Excel, Word, PowerPoint, and Outlook to have live structure and do analysis directly in spreadsheets. As you can see here, property calculators are supported, R group definition, SAR analysis, and so forth. And easily and quickly, just the click of the button, you can create reports from Excel and paste them into Word, PowerPoint, and Outlook to share the data and report it further. And of course, you can report data directly from Instant JChem or even from Marvin Live. Just clicking on the button, a report will be generated for you, which can be reused and shared with people for further collaboration or further meetings. And of course, Plexus Suite, it's another tool where you can easily create lists, export lists, and share data and report it. So in summary, this was really quick, and yeah, it was like a marathon going through all these tools. What I'd like to emphasize again is that ChemAxon has an entire portfolio to complete the workflow of creating, mining, registering, comprehending, and publish data. And in the end, I just want to mention what we're working on. So you saw all these tools, but what we're aiming for is that to have them readily available as a platform through ChemAxon Synergy. So you can choose whatever pieces you need to do your work, from data capture to discover, and also through other third-party applications which are missing from our portfolio. So you can see here that we are now integrating, collaborating with a lot of companies who provide even ELN inventory, and also to integrate with other tools like modelings and so forth. I would like to mention that consultancy team at ChemAxon actually has a big role here, but not just here, with all of our tools at the moment to help you migrate your data, to customize it, to deploy it, and so forth. And you'll hear a talk today from them about some solution they provide and how they work with customers in that respect. With that, I would like to mention that what's coming next, you'll see presentation from our product owners and consultancy team, as I said, and also a solution from our clients, how they use our tools in their environment to solve the tasks, and also tools and solutions from our partners. We have partner session, and they'll present their solutions as well based on ChemAxon tools. I really encourage you to go to the demo station, talk with the product owner. They have their app on their stations there. So ask questions, talk with them, see what's going on with all these products. And also have your hands on the tools and test our solutions. With that, I'd like to thank you very much for your attention.